Welcome to your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Tuesday, January 28th. Our top story, government owes millions of dollars in payments to landowners whose properties it acquired. Word of this from Housing and Lands Minister George Payne as he led off parliamentary debate on a resolution for the acquisition of land at Harris Smith St. Philip. He told the House the sum includes monies that have been agreed on and the monies which have been assessed by the Barbados Revenue Authority.
And the last time I checked, government, the amount of money that government owes for acquisitions, and I'm not including interest, I'm not including any additions for the various other inconveniences that the victims of compensation might have. $136 million. Yeah. $136 million. Now, if you add on the interest and the other little things, the variables or whatnot, it may very well come to over 300.
This 136 is money
that
for acquisition.
For acquisitions. For acquisitions only.
Payne assured the government is committed to paying its debts, even as he made it clear that in nearly half of the cases when payment is late, government is not to blame.
Recently, we've had a recent acquisition by government where the landowner was disputing a valuation of $4 million, of $2 million, sorry, of $4 million. But when it came to time for the acquisition, they're disputing a valuation of $4 million, and they're saying that the land is not worth any more than $2 million. And we have correspondence for 5 successive years where this landowner sought to have the land taxes reduced to $2 million. But lo and behold, government decides that they're going to acquire the property. And you know, Mr. Speaker, we got a valuation for $39 million. Out of the blue. Out of the blue. We got a valuation for $39 million. And the public out there sometimes believes that government purposefully decides that they're going to, or rather arbitrarily take away somebody's land and then they don't want to pay them.
Deputy Speaker of the House, Glenn Clark, today challenged the Minister of Housing to put a special mortgage facility in place to help low-income Barbadians own a piece of the rock.
There are lots of people who will not be able, Mr. Speaker, to provide their own homes with their salaries. There are too many people who are working for minimum wages. And with minimum wages, with 2 or 3 children, you cannot build homes. You cannot repair homes. You cannot provide windows. You cannot provide doors. You cannot provide flooring. So therefore, the government needs to come up with a program of fiscal incentives. Fiscal incentives similar to what was done a couple of years ago when the Minister of Housing, the member for St. Andrew, was there, when the General Workers Loan Fund was given, persons were allowed to use the General Workers Loan Fund to borrow up to $100,000 at very low interest rates. I'm not sure what is the status of the General Workers Loan Fund today, but the average worker today cannot get a loan.
2019 may have been the driest year in Barbados in half of a century. That's according to a preliminary assessment by the principal of the Caribbean Institute of Meteorology and Hydrology, Dr. David Farrell. And he warns the country will continue to experience water shortages.
The first half of the year is normally the dry season, starting from December out to probably May, but there are forecasts that we're starting to produce for that period, but I would rather that our climatologists talk more in depth about that. But just to note that it is one of the driest, if not the driest year on record, at least over the last 50 years.
Awesome. That's how Culture Minister John King has described regathering activities so far. He made the comments today during a press conference at the West Wing of Parliament, where St. Peter launches activities for next month.
St. Lucie has gotten us off to a rollicking start. It puts pressure, if you really stop to think about it, puts a little pressure on all of us coming behind to ensure that we keep the standard up. But that's basically what it's all about, bringing out the very best of Barbadians in whatever we do. And so I'm very, very proud to be a part of this morning. The Secretariat itself, though, has been seeing some hundreds, almost thousands of things online from people who have been either abroad or at home who have been involved in the activities, and they're all pointing to one thing, that this is Barbados, and this is our people being themselves, doing things for themselves, and I'm so happy to be a part of it.
St. Peter is all geared up and ready to welcome locals and visitors to the parish. Chairman of the St. Peter Parish Organizing Committee, Jacqueline Gill, outlined some of the big events.
We will certainly turn Barbados green, which is our color, as we color the canvas with the unique features of St. Peter. Whether it is the Heritage Walk starting in Spikestone, Esplanade, and traversing through the environs of Spikestone, through the Whim and Ashton Hall, or worshiping at the picturesque St. Peter's Parish Church, having fellowship with family and friends at our gospel gatherings, St. Peter Give Thanks concert, gathering under the street light for this camppipe stories, or taking in repacks for tennis on Slam Down Fridays. We have something for all of you. We have something for everyone as we learn about the heritage and the culture of St. Peter.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
It's Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Craft Center. Kick off the weekend this Friday from 4 p.m. to midnight with loads of food, drinks, and entertainment. Get ready for Crop Over with the Rhythm Roots Street Parade. Party like it's Kadooman Day on the street around Pelican Village with costume reveler, music, and more. It's Festive Friday. It's Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Village Center from 4 p.m. to midnight. Admission free.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news now, a powerful earthquake measuring 7.7 hit Jamaica this afternoon, rocking the parishes of Kingston, St. Andrew, Portland, St. Anne, St. Catherine, and Manchester. About half an hour later, the United States Geological Survey reported that a second quake measuring 4.7 also struck. The quake was felt in several countries, including the Bahamas, Cuba, the Cayman Islands, Haiti, and Honduras. On the world scene, U.S. President Donald Trump today proposed creating a Palestinian state as part of a Middle East peace plan, drawing Palestinian condemnation for imposing strict conditions and for agreeing to let Israel maintain control of long-contested West Bank settlements.
Today, Israel has taken a giant step toward peace. Yesterday, Prime Minister Netanyahu informed me that he is willing to endorse the vision as the basis for direct negotiations. And I will say the general also endorsed, and very strongly, with the Palestinians, a historic breakthrough. This is the first time Israel has authorized the release of a conceptual map illustrating the territorial compromises it's willing to make for the cause of peace, and they've gone a long way. This is an unprecedented and highly significant development. Mr. Prime Minister, thank you for having the courage to take this bold step forward.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.